Sabalenka or Pegula, who will win Cincinnati? Welcome to Tiebreak News. Today we dive into the electrifying Cincinnati final, where two giants of women's tennis, Aryna Sabalenka and Jessica Pegula, are set to face off in a battle of sheer power and strategy. Will Sabalenka's unstoppable strength prevail, or will Pegula's resilience and tactical intelligence secure the title? Stay with us to uncover all the details of this unmissable showdown. Sabalenka or Pegula, who has the edge in the Cincinnati final? Who holds the advantage when number 3 Aryna Sabalenka takes on number 6 Jessica Pegula for the Cincinnati Open title on Monday? On one side, we have Sabalenka, who snapped her 3-match losing streak against world number 1 Iga Świątek in the semifinals, displaying dominant and aggressive tennis. Sabalenka is looking to end a 6-month title drought and claim her first WTA 1000 hardcourt title since Doha 2020. On the other side, Pegula is aiming for her second WTA 1000 title in just 7 days. The 30-year-old American is riding a 9-match win streak after capturing her second title of the year last week at the National Bank Open. Pegula is one win away from becoming the first woman in over 50 years to sweep Canada and Cincinnati in the same season, a feat only achieved by Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley in 1973. Advantage Sabalenka. Sabalenka enters the Cincinnati final without dropping a set all week, in a tournament that has quietly become her stronghold on the calendar. She heads into Monday's final, her third WTA 1000 final of the season, with renewed confidence following a straight sets victory over world number 1 Iga Świątek. This was the first time Sabalenka defeated Świątek in straight sets, unsurprisingly on a fast hard court. Going into the match, Świątek led the Hologic WTA Tour in both service and return games won, a remarkable feat. However, Sabalenka's aggressive serve and return nullified that stat for a day. She broke Świątek 5 times, and the Pole managed to win just 6 of 30 points behind her second serve. In fact, Sabalenka has proven almost unbreakable this week, winning 92.1% of her service games in Cincinnati, well above her season average of 79%. In short, Sabalenka is fully fit after her efficient run through the draw and brimming with confidence as she aims for her first title since the Australian Open. Pegula has been in the spotlight, rightfully so, for her quick rebound from a back injury that forced her out of the European clay season. But Sabalenka has quietly orchestrated her own comeback this summer. She missed Wimbledon due to a rotator cuff injury in her shoulder, and the rust was evident in her last 2 tournaments in Washington, D.C. and Toronto, where she lost to Marie Buskova and Amanda Anisimova, respectively. For the first time, I experienced something like fear of getting injured again, Sabalenka said. That was tricky in those 2 tournaments. I was overprotecting my shoulder. I didn't want to extend my arm that far. Sabalenka stayed patient, and with each match, the fear subsided. Now she can say she's playing freely and no longer thinking about her shoulder. That was evident against Świątek, and there's no reason to believe it will be different against Pegula, against whom she holds a 4-2 head-to-head record. It's wild to think that it's been over 4 years since Sabalenka, a 2-time Australian Open champion, last lifted a hard-court WTA 1000 trophy. That drought ends on Monday. Advantage Pegula. Only 3 American women in the Open era have made the finals in Canada and Cincinnati in the same calendar year. Rosie Casals in 1970, Serena Williams in 2013, and now Jessica Pegula. What a trio, wow, Pegula said on court after a hard-fought semifinal win over Paula Badosa. I did not think I would be in a group with those names. With Pegula's form over the past 2 weeks, it's no surprise she's joined that club. Last week's Toronto champion, Pegula, is on a 9-match winning streak, and the American could keep the run rolling by ousting Sabalenka with the adaptability she has exhibited throughout the month. In the Toronto final against Amanda Anisimova, a big-hitting player who has often outdueled Sabalenka, Pegula heavily relied on her foot speed to extend rallies before delivering the final blow. And after a grueling 3-hour victory against Leylah Fernandez in the Cincinnati quarterfinals, Pegula banked on deep, sturdy returns to put Badosa on the back foot on Sunday, trying to get ahead of the Spaniard on the scoreboard as quickly as possible. When Badosa came out with big serves after a rain delay to level the match at 1 set apiece, Pegula relied on her preternatural composure to, literally and figuratively, weather the storm. It's been nice to also see my mental toughness over the span of a lot of matches, Pegula said in her post-match press conference. Being able to draw it out over multiple weeks has been really a cool thing that I can say I've been able to do, and I think it also gives me extra confidence. Pegula is still the underdog on Monday. Compared to Sabalenka, she's lower ranked, has won fewer titles, and is not a Grand Slam champion. Sabalenka even leads the head-to-head 4-2. However, Pegula won their first meeting at this tournament, albeit when it was held in New York City in 2020, and their last, a straight sets romp at last year's WTA Finals. Pegula knows how to stay composed and adjust to the moment. If she can keep things varied and destabilize the Sabalenka power game, she could become the first woman to pull off the Canada-Cincinnati double since Australia's Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley in 1973, and as usual, she is nothing if not prepared. With Aryna, it's going to be a very similar kind of game style as Badosa, Pegula said. That's nice, at least I'll be ready for it because I don't think someone could hit as hard as Paula was hitting today. So I'll kind of take what I could from this match and try to use that going into tomorrow. This was yet another thrilling chapter at Tiebreak News. Sabalenka and Pegula showed us that in tennis, every point is a battle. Who will come out on top? Don't miss our upcoming videos where we'll bring you all the analysis and updates on this incredible sport. If you enjoyed it, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you don't miss anything. Until the next match.